Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and I'm back! Yes, rumours of my demise have been greatly exaggerated, and I'm back for the next part of our Modular Mall Mondays. So what part are we up to now? We've done part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, must be part 8. Well, we'll be doing the second floor up in a few different sections with loads of 3D signage and, well, something quite interesting in the middle. But before we do anything new, I need to look at your amendments and suggestions for what we did last time, which was this lovely vinyl record store. You very much liked the piano keyboard step on the outside, but you were wondering why there wasn't a huge 3D sign like we usually have, a big record player, for example. Well, this time, just for variation, I thought I'd have the big 3D sign being this record on the inside, so no need for one outside, but yeah, I suppose I could one day. Maybe I'll have a street-mounted one or something. Another bit of confusion was about the windows. Well, we've got on each side one with a pane in and one with nothing in, so there's no actual doors. Well, I kind of thought there were a pair of sliding doors with one side sliding in front of the other, and they were all in the open position. But unfortunately, you can't have two panes of glass held by one frame. So I kind of realised that is a bit confusing. So I've ordered some pieces that haven't yet arrived. So I'm going to block in that with another piece of glass, and I'm going to have a pair of double doors on each of these two sides, much like we have on the travel agent over here. So that will fix that in due course. Another bit was the floor that you all wanted tiled like everything else. Well, for me, variation is the key. So I wanted a thick shag carpet in the nice green that is actually a different green from the grass that will make up the area behind this around the railway tracks, so no problem there. So I won't be changing that. There are a few really minor but very important suggestions. One was to correct the record deck in here where the the tone arm that actually picks up the signal should be on this side of the centre rather than where I had it, which was kind of on that side. So I've corrected that. Another really minor one was just to add a little hook onto this area here where people are listening to records so they could hang up the headphones when they're finished. And I absolutely love that idea and all sort of little ideas like that. Straightened up the speakers over here. And then my personal favourite was to add a cat looking up over here at the missing cat poster, which is an absolutely fabulous idea, and it's just very funny indeed. It might even be the same cat, I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, for all of those fantastic suggestions, here is your bedoing. Right, let's get on with today's build. Good. Well, today's session is a bit unusual in that we aren't actually going to be making a store at all. We're basically going to be creating a section here that's going to be linking everything together, and then the beginnings of another section that's going to be covering up these two with another stairway up to the third level. So there won't actually be a retail unit today, but lots of, well, connecting areas. And the first of which is going to be covering the travel agent and this corridor next to the toilet, and, well, having a gap for the stairs to emerge up into. And that's going to be continuing this wonderful bright mall tiling pattern that we've got over here, and continuing this railing as well with the advertising on. And it was all designed, as often is the case with my builds, around a single piece. And in that case, it was this one that I just bought kind of speculatively a while back, and I've just been desperate to use. Now, it's the really odd 12 by 24 plate with 6 by 6 round cutout, part 18601, that came in all the Dimensions starter packs, set 71200 from 2015 onwards. And well, it's just such a wonderful piece. I really wanted it in my city. My first idea was to buy loads and loads of them and have a skyscraper, with this being the shape of the building, and then having either a circular staircase or maybe an elevator shaft that was round going up to all the different floors through this hole. And that still is a great idea. Maybe I'll do that again one time. But I also thought it could be a really good hole for the stairway to emerge up into the next floor up. So essentially, in my mall build, it's going to go there. And this is the reason why I didn't have any wider a staircase, or definitely not sort of twin escalators going up between these levels, because, well, it just wouldn't fit through that hole. So yeah, this is really interesting. I love using pieces that I get on my wonderful hauls. So what I need to do for the first section then is sort of fill in this gap and this gap to make it a nice lift-offable piece and get all those tiles and railings on. And then we can add some interesting features, kind of along the back mainly. All right, so there's that plate, made a bit bigger and given a lot of strength on the underneath. And the back level of this, the combination of black and white, is just to finish off the very top of that mural for the Nyan cat. So it will be seamless from that direction as well. And you can start to see I've tiled around this hole, so it's still working, but is continuing this lovely colour scheme that will match up with the bit that we've already done. And now we can finally put Pigsy into his resting position where he'll be next to the noodle shop as part of this removable section. And I've got a jumper there for a person and some studs here, so I can start to add a bit of curved fencing essentially to basically make sure that people don't fall down these stairs unnecessarily. So that'll look a bit like that. So still lots to do, but this will, if I can get it in position, clip into place there. Oh, I'm loving this floor pattern. It's absolutely amazing. All right, well, there's all the tiling done, all of the railings done, and a perfunctory plant just in a spare corner. And I can put that into position here, where it will link up with everything we've done already. Looking rather fantastic, if you ask me. We've even got the pattern continuing on this little pink and little blue there. On the floor below, just so every crack looks absolutely fantastic. Then I want to continue the adverts along the outside of the railings, which we started with the El Cubo Art Gallery tile here. So I've got quite a few to choose from my collection. And I figured the first one might be for Heart Lake News, which is from the 41056 Heart Lake News van set from 2014. But I've got a news store on my train station, the main train station, which will kind of be over there in city. And I always quite like having adverts in one part of my city for something that's somewhere else, because it just makes a lot more sense, if you ask me. So that's really nice. Another one that I've been dying to use with no real reason to is this lovely gold one with dark red on, the Chudley Cannons, which I'm reliably told is a Quidditch team, but it's from the set 4840, the Borough, but maybe it's for some sort of shop in my city, so that one can go there. Then this one, Where Are My Pants, from the Lego movie, of course, the set 70809, Lord Business's Evil Lair from 2014, where it's on the left there. And I've long held a plan to have a clothes shop in my city called Where Are My Pants? Because that's kind of a fun name for one. So this can be an advert for that. I've got two of them, so one can go on the actual store if ever I do it, and one can go on there. Brilliant. And then I've got this one that says Radiator Springs. I don't know quite what that's for. Maybe it's for a radiator store or a tune-up shop or something like that. But that's from the Cars set 10742. Willie's Butte Speed Training. Yep, no idea. So that can go there. And that's quite a nice little banner continuing what we had before, going all the way around here. That looks a bit dark, so I might look out for a brighter one. But yeah, I'm liking that quite a lot. As for all these studs on the top, I do want to start connecting some things there. And the first thing here is just a wooden desk made out of palisade bricks and so on. And behind there, I'm going to have a maitre d' working, somebody who decides who's got a reservation and who hasn't, for the place that's on the very top floor, which will be accessed via some stairs that we'll be doing later on today. So that's just a desk for them to work behind. And then we've got even more here. And to give you a bit of a clue what's going on there, I'm going to add that and that, and give you the suggestion that that's going to continue up a bit to something here. What could it be? Well, given the location of where this mall is going, in Brick Nottingham, I thought it'd be absolute madness if I didn't incorporate a dedicated tram stop to this mall. essentially so people could get off the tram and access this upper level, given that the tram line is just literally right behind, whizzing by this building. Now, it is a bit odd in the fact that the airport tram stop is just over there, probably about, well, one base plate away. So they are in very quick succession. But, you know, that's kind of true to life. I know on my road, if I wanted to walk to the bus stop next but one, it would only take me about, well, 2 minutes that way or 2 minutes that way. So, you know, they are quite close. So I figure I'll continue up this stairway and have a platform that's kind of suspended off the back of this build, but will also be supported by the same stanchions that hold up the track itself. So that's what I'm going to do next. Lovely. Look at that from the back. Another tram stop in exactly the same sort of format as I do all of my tram stops throughout my city. And this one, with all of its wonderful stickers, was only made possible by the donation to the channel of this sticker sheet from 60097 City Square from 2015. So thanks very much for that. I bet you're glad to see that it has been included in the city. And actually, there's enough on there to do one more tram stop, actually. So yeah, maybe we'll have to think about where to put that. But this is overhanging quite a bit, but will be supported by the stanchion, as I say. And you can also see from this perspective the finishing off of the very top level of the mural, with that black level and the dark grey level being part of this section we're working on. So yeah, looks good from the back. Stairs down to where we were, where I'm going to add a few more details now. So what was potentially a boring area, just linking everything together, is already getting pretty packed and stacked, but I'm not done yet. I've decided to add loads of modified bricks here, so I can basically add some directions to the stores. I mean, there aren't that many of them, so you could just use your eyes and have a look around, really. But I thought it'd add a lot of colour to a boring section. So that way, we've got, on the top floor, a Tiki bar. I don't think that's much of a surprise to many of you who've been reading the comment section. I've long been outed as wanting a Tiki bar in my town, and that's going to be up these stairs, probably as the last part of this series. Then, a mystery still. So I'm going to add a sticker to that in due course, but that's going to be the building on the front, right above the vinyl record store, and that's also obviously that way. And then this way, I'm not adding one for the radio station, but I am going to add two for Pigsy's Noodle Shop, to say that that is that way, because not many visitors will be going to the record store. And those stickers were just from this sticker sheet from the 80012 Monkey King Warrior Mech from 2020. So they look rather fantastic as well. So you definitely can't get lost when you've come up the stairs. You know exactly which way to go. Then to add a little more detail to what is the maitre d' desk for my Tiki bar, I wanted to have the owner of said business working there. And although I really like the flower and the hair piece, I kind of think we can do better than that. I'm going to take that one off and add this one with some fun sort of cat ears, and more importantly, the dark turquoise hair colour that I think will stand out more. And also link with all the dark turquoise we've got going on over here and over there and everywhere. And I've given her a pen so she can be ticking people off her clipboard, which is a sticker that came with the older car transporter set. So I'm going to have her on some studs that I remember to put on there with her pen. And why not give her a little till as well? So there we go. So there she is, looking like she very much enjoys her work, with signs there. And I think this area is complete. So yeah, tell me what you think of that one. And then we'll move on to the beginnings of the next one. All right, so the second section of today looks a bit like this. And it's largely a 16 by 16 plate with all sorts of bits on the front that will become clear next time, especially all this sort of blue edging and so on. But there is the last bit of our flooring, just like we had outside the radio station on that side. We'll have access to the front unit from there. And I've added one more 2x4 there, being Joe's garage from the corner garage set, of course. And that can all just fit perfectly into there. Oh, that's very satisfying, I must say, having designed that, but never done it in real life. It fits rather well, actually, like a glove. Fantastic. cool. Right, I'm going to start building up this stairway bit at the back. Right, well, I've started the next section, and it's a little complicated in that we've got a large overhang here and a small overhang here on the back, and that's just so it dovetails perfectly with this rather large 3D sign with ET on it, and of course the big 3D mobile phone on the back with this much higher wall here. But it's very satisfying indeed when you do put the two pieces together, because it marries absolutely perfectly, as you'd expect. Seamless. Very nice indeed. So I can continue building this now. I'm not going to do this whole section here because that will be the store that we're going to be doing next time, but I can put in some of the yellow coloured interior wall that will make up that store. And we've got some studs to attach some things to, and that just leaves us with this very sort of slim section at the back for a double height stairway. So it will be wood to go in with the sort of tiki bar theme, and that one clips on there, and then we'll have a second one going up the rest of the height. But that looks very clean indeed, with the tan stripe going around and the white and all the rest of it. So that looks good. Now on the back here, just above the ET sign, I thought I would use this, what will be very sort of flat wall, as a great place to put another big 3D advert. And I thought I'd advertise the bar that is going to be above this, being that big Tiki bar. So I'm going to build a 3D advert around this kind of panel piece with this sticker on from 43183, Moana's Island Home from 2020. And the panel itself's quite rare actually, only being recently available on things like the Nintendo NES 71374 in 2020 in this colour. So that is the sort of middle bit, the non-3D bit. So the rest I'm going to be building a very complicated frame around it that I can attach loads of kind of jungly pieces, loads of plants and flowers and wildlife and stuff like that. And that, with all of the plant life, will go there. Oh, just push that down. And then that will be another advert above there. Looking pretty good, I think. Yes. What do you think of that? So I'm going to add all the plants around that and kind of brick it in a bit more. And yeah, we'll see how it looks. All right, so this is what I have come up with around that rather large sticker in the middle. I've got all sorts of dense jungle foliage, all plants and lovely flowers and stuff like that. A ladybird hidden there, a nice chameleon there from the bookshop set 10270, and these multicoloured garlands that you get in Hawaii when you visit, sort of draped around your neck. And I think it looks really good, a bit wild with these pieces going over it and that green whip piece going all the way down there and along the back. So yeah, it looks a bit overgrown and very interesting indeed. And I've just decorated the top here and round the corner here with some extra stickers from the Moana sets. I had 2 sticker sheets from 41150, Moana's Ocean Voyage, which is a really nice set. So that adds a little more colour and another flash of that dark turquoise colour that I'm trying to sort of include in absolutely everything as I go around. Now there's one more thing, as you might have noticed by the fact that we've got some studs showing here, that I need to add. And this was a brilliant idea that I saw ages ago. I can't remember who to credit to, but basically it's about using one of these stud shooting guns as a moai. Now, if you don't know what a moai is, it's one of those huge stone statues that are erected on Pacific islands to represent ancestral people or gods or something or other. I should have read about it really more. But they've got a very characteristic shape that I think would look absolutely great around my tiki bar. And if you look at a stud shooter when I'm sort of holding the flappy middle bit in this position, then, well, you can see that the body of the moai is the light grey bit, and then the eye and that big prominent nose is the dark grey bit, and I think that's absolutely fabulous. As I say, that wasn't my idea, but when I saw it I thought I had to include it in my tiki bar. So really like that. So when you add a flame coming out of the top of it to make it a double action kind of statue and tiki torch, I think you'll agree it looks very much like a moai, but with a flame on as well. So I'm going to add one of those onto each side of this, as if it needed more decoration to beckon people up to the bar. But that, I think, will look absolutely great. And I have to be careful not to press the noses in, because otherwise I'll be firing the flaming bit across my city. Oh, wow. That really, really caps it off perfectly, doesn't it? With the flames going that way towards my harbour, because that's the way I have all my flags and flames and everything going in the same direction, because I'm a stickler for detail. But yeah, that looks great, doesn't it? Right, now we need to finish this side off and this bit around the bottom of the stairway. But wow, that looks absolutely great, doesn't it? Let's see this go into perfect position with that tan stripe going all the way along there. And yeah, that's looking good, isn't it? Looking very good. Nice. So there is our entrance with the garlands on each side again, and another pair of the moai torches, which I absolutely love. You just can't unsee that nose and eye once you've got it straight in your head. They look absolutely great. Just one more thing in here, a sign for over the door with loads of cocktails on it, because that's what they'll be serving here. And that was a sticker from the set 41374, Andrea's pool party from 2019. So yeah, used a few from that sheet already. Then the only thing that remains on the back of this section is closing in the stairs, because at the moment you could kind of fall out the side, and that will be blocked in by this huge 8x16 white plate. And that is going to have yet another huge advertising awning on it, which is going to be advertising the Tiki bar even more. So, well, it's visible from absolutely every direction. But if I put this in position like that, you'll see how the stairs marry up with the maitre d' lady at the bottom of them. Once you've checked in, you can go all the way up and get yourself a cocktail. Fantastic. Well, the cocktails are going to have to wait, I'm afraid, because that's all we've got time for today. But we have done quite a lot, actually. Two major sections. Firstly, this central upper section with the hole from the stairway to get up to that beautifully tiled upper level, with the advertising boards on the front, the direction boards on the back, and on the very back, overhanging, of course, our wonderful tram stop, which must be about the 4th or 5th in my city. I've lost count, but that looks absolutely great. Thanks again for those stickers. So that looks really good, and we can pop that back in place here. Somewhere for Pigsy to stand, amongst other things. Very good. And then the second section we did was kind of the foundations for everything else. We finished off that floor. We've got our entrance and sign to our Tiki bar with those wonderful moai torches. But even better than that, we've got this really nice big advertising block. So if you're outside the street in front of, say, the mobile phone shop, then you know exactly where you need to get going to get yourself a nice cocktail. And there'll be room for another one when we do that. So I think that will actually be probably in 2 more episodes' time, because I think next time we have to do what is in this area here. And this, well, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I'm going to give you a couple of clues. One is a cloud with some eyes on it. Not a massive clue, I'll grant you. And another one is a tile with a caterpillar on from set 10771, the inappropriately named Carnival Thrill Coaster from 2019. It's a bit flat for a thrill, I think you'll agree. But anyway, that's a nice tile, and I'll just put that on there. So it's clearly something child orientated, I think. So yeah, your guesses in the comments section, but I think you'll agree there's plenty of room to play with. We've made great progress today. I really like her hairdo. So yeah, it's been a really good episode. So as always, thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome LEGO videos. And if you value this channel, there are many ways in which you can support it. Do check out the links in the description below. And next time on Robin Hood Bricks, we'll be doing a brick haul, because it will be Wednesday. And we'll be getting more parts for more fantastic projects like this one. So until then, see you! Yeah. That is very cool.